Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my studio. Have you ever wondered how to make little copper or metal rings to include into your fused glass projects? Well, I come from a stained glass background, and we would make what we call jump rings that we would solder on the top two corners of our stained glass windows. We would solder to the zinc framing, and that's how you would hang the stained glass in your window. But in fused glass, you can work copper wire into your artwork and make your own little rings, or work in some inclusions, some designs or whatever with copper wire. But today I just wanted to show you how to make these little round rings. They're real simple, easy to do, and one of those things where you may just want to make a bunch of them and put them in a little jar and keep them handy for whenever you need them in your projects. So this is 16 gauge copper wire. You want to select something that has a smooth, round handle. If it's a paintbrush that's tapered, that won't work well for you. No. If it's like this is an X-Acto knife, if it has these ribbed edges, you want to avoid that area too. You only want to work in the smooth area. So you take your copper wire, hold it down with your thumb, and just bend it around, and then every so often squeeze it together. I'm going to take the sharp edge out of this. I think that seems like it might be a good idea. All right. And then squeeze it together, and then just keep going around and around until you get, a bunch. So this is why it's important that this, whatever you're wrapping around, is not tapered. And sometimes if you try to use a pencil, it crushes the pencil. So by pushing them together, that makes them more uniform. And now I'm just going to kind of keep going around and around and around until I get as many as I like. And then we slide it off. Now that's why it's important that this is not tapered, that it's smooth and it's the same size all the way down. Then you come over here and you take these little wire cutters and you nip it right before the bend. And then I'm turning them backwards, and you just nip them like right down the middle. It helps to have nice sharp pliers because this wire is a little bit thicker. And then you can cover these with solder to make them silver if you wanted to. Although if you're going to put it in the kiln, you probably just want to keep it the raw copper, because copper will withstand the heat of the kiln and retain its tensile strength to an extent. So you don't want to use it. And then that very last one, this partial, we just kind of throw away. And then you take these little rings and you bend them back together, and there you go. You got a perfect little jump ring. So the copper will hold its strength after it's fired 1 or 2 times, not too many times. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these little rings. These are copper. A couple of weeks ago we used silver ones like this in a project where we were kind of linking fused glass pieces together, and they worked out really well to create like a wind chime where the pieces would move and turn, and when it blew in the wind it would be really pretty because the light would reflect off those pieces of glass. You could also fuse copper in between layers of glass to create a design, a texture, whatever you'd like to do. But you want to keep in mind, you want to keep that copper thin and to a minimum, because the glass and metal expand and contract at different rates. So if you put a lot of metal between your layers, you're kind of looking for bubbles and you're kind of going to expect some breakage. So be careful with that. Maybe do some experimenting. You saw me experimenting with those mushroom caps and those flowers. So it's best to do a small little 2-inch test and find out what your results are so that you have confidence moving forward on larger, bigger pieces. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these. Maybe you'll find some use for them in your upcoming projects. And if nothing else, it's great just to have these hanging around your studio, because then you will find uses for them. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. Please consider becoming a member of my premium video subscription. We have new videos coming out all the time. Nikki and I are here working in the studio on a bunch of new stuff right now. We're really excited to share with you, so we hope you'll consider doing that. Please like, share, follow, all the above, and keep watching. And until next time, happy fusing!